How likely is it that there are parallel universes and other Earths? This is by Brianna Smart, Research Associate, Department of Physics, Astronomy and Mathematics, University of Hertfordshire in the UK, on the conversation. Well, I don't know about other Earths, but we do have parallel universes. First of all, where are our angels and saints located? They're right next to us. Most of the time, we can't see them. Now, here it says, the scientific approach. How likely is it that there are other Earths or that the multiverse exists? Tasneem, age 16, Indore, India, asks, in fiction and in films such as Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, parallel universes, also called multiverse, exist alongside our own, with anything from small differences in events to entirely different rules of physics. It's an exciting and fascinating idea. Physicists have gone to given the question of whether parallel universes could exist a lot of thought and have come up with a few theories. Infinite expanse. One popular theory relies on something physicists already know about. The universe is expanding. This means galaxies far from Earth are moving away from us, and this process is called cosmic inflation. What's more, the further away from Earth you are, the faster the universe is expanding. At some point, the universe is expanding too fast for light to ever reach us from some very far away galaxies. This means there is a point in the universe that we cannot see past. That does not mean there is nothing there, though. There are still more galaxies beyond this edge, but we will never be able to see them. Some physicists describe the part of the universe beyond this edge as a separate parallel universe. This theory is popular as it does not require any special physics or changes in our current understanding of the universe. Universe bubbles. Another theory about parallel universes relies on cosmic inflation happening more than once. The idea goes that when inflation occurred immediately after the Big Bang, it happened in multiple places. This caused separate universe bubbles to inflate, and in some cases, certain types of matter ended up in one bubble rather than another. This means that in some bubbles, the physical rules which affect how things work might be different. Each bubble is still infinite in size, yet separate from our universe. Physicists find this theory interesting, as it could explain why we have not found certain things that scientifically we expect to find in our universe. This includes magnetic monopoles, one-sided magnetic fields, which only have a negative or positive side, and they might exist in another universe bubble instead. Many worlds. The last theory requires us to think about a type of science called quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is all about the probability of tiny particles doing something. If a tiny particle is fired at a wall, it might bounce off it or travel through it. Quantum mechanics tells us which event is more likely. However, there is nothing in the maths that says that only one of the events must occur. Both of these things might happen at once. But we would only see one of these things happening. So if we saw the particle bounce off the wall, it might have also at the same time tunneled through the wall, just in another universe or not our universe. In this parallel universe, everything would be exactly the same as in our universe, except for one tiny change. In that universe, the particle traveled through the wall instead of bouncing off it. The many worlds theory suggests that this happens every time a quantum mechanical reaction occurs, creating a separate parallel universe every time. Once the parallel universe is created, however, we have no way of interacting with it, so while this theory is exciting, we have no way to test it. So is there another Earth? In the many worlds theory, there is plenty of room for another Earth. Each quantum reaction on our planet would create another parallel universe with another Earth. Things get trickier in the other theories of the universe bubbles and the infinite expanse. If there are infinite universe bubbles and infinite space, that means there is a chance that exactly the same kind of events repeating themselves in another bubble or elsewhere in the expanse of space to create another Earth. When you do the maths, though, it quickly becomes unlikely. For just 1,000 particles to interact in exactly the same way twice, the chance would be 1 in 10 to the power of 2477. The number 10 to 2477 is a 10 followed by 2,477 zeros, which is an incredibly big number. There are far more particles in the universe than 1,000, so the chances for another Earth are not in our favor. Unfortunately, we don't know if these parallel universes exist, or at least we don't at the moment. Physicists are trying to find ways to test these theories, but it's very difficult, and for now, they remain just theories. But who knows, perhaps scientists in another universe have already figured this out. This is By the Conversation. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.